Welcome everybody to the quantum frequency for divination. I am the Divine Mystic. Today I will be doing a twin flame reading for you. This is going to be a special Valentine's Day twin flame reading. The decks that I'm going to be using are the Spiral Tarot by Stephen K. The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Oh, first message. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, Universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Okay. Thank you for our first message. Using the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Gotta say, I love this deck. These beautiful pink roses. I'm telling you, I ordered these cards. All of them are brand new. And I dreamt that I was sleeping in a bed of pink roses for the whole week. The whole week. Of course, romance angels. Can't forget romance angels. Okay. Today is February 4th. 2019. I will be releasing this video tomorrow on the 5th of February, 2019, the first day of the Chinese New Year, the year of the Earth Pig. I want to thank everybody who has tuned in to my channel today to hear my wisdom and my advice. I hope that I provide you with the answers that you are looking for. So I just want to start off by saying that I don't accept any payments, donations, or gifts for my readings. I do believe these are universal messages and should be universally made available to each and every single one of you. I would, however, ask that you like or subscribe to my videos should these videos resonate with you. You're also free to follow me on Instagram. That's the social media that I have chosen as my platform in addition to YouTube. I'm going to be posting daily readings there. There are already a few up as I kind of introduce my cards to the energy that we are dealing with. So without further ado, welcome to your special Valentine's reading for Twin Flames. Okay, first up we have the Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords. So initially off of that, I'm going to say that there's children involved. If not, one or more of the parties are immature. Valentine's 2019. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. That's about to change. See, got some scissors. Some scissors holding in the hand here. So to me, I feel instinctively that there's going to be some releasing. Whoa, that's half the deck. Four Pentacles. Yes, Four Pentacles is coming out. So there's going to be some releasing of perhaps a previous engagement, previous relationship, possibly one. Yep, Nine Pentacles. This relationship was one where there was money involved. So likely they had property together, assets together. This is going to likely be speaking of a karmic relationship, because the Eight of Cups is here with the Emperor. So the Emperor is stepping out of this relationship, independent, seeking independence, has probably taken on this property independently. Okay, Twin Flames, Valentine's Day, Twin Flames, Valentine's reading. Flames, Valentine's reading. Okay, we got the Fool, Three of Swords, and we got the Judgment card. Okay, so what this speaks to me, and again, I think with all of this, stepping forward in the Eight of Cups, has been very fearful, very afraid of heartbreak. I think this relationship that I'm kind of speaking of here has been very hurtful. Very hurtful. I think it kind of turned this Emperor into this Princess of Swords energy. So with this Princess of Swords, she is holding the Ace of Swords. To me, the Ace of Swords is a double-bladed sword. So it is as much love as it is hate. In this instance, it created, I don't want to say hate, that's too strong a word. It created an atmosphere in which this Emperor felt so compelled to be abrasive, okay, to be a bit possessive. You know, I'd have to say that he's been left once or twice before, but he is sitting here thinking about it. The Judgment's here. The Judgment's here. So he's sitting there going, okay, how do I make this decision? How can I get over this heartbreak? How can I move forward? Oh, Divine Masculine. Okay. Romance Angels. What help can we provide to our Divine Masculine? Any difficulty? Express your love. So he needs to come forward. He needs to come forward. See, like he needs to take this step. It's not being so afraid, because it's like, look, the Three of Swords is done. It's over. It's in the past. You know, like it's, look. Okay, this is, exactly. So the Three of Swords, like I said, just in the past, right? Well, in this Fool card, what's depicted instead of a dog is a black cat. A black cat warns of caution, you know, these sort of things. And look, the angel is pushing him along. It's like, okay, be careful. Don't forget what happened. But at the same time, understand it's not the same. What's in this cup, what's in this chalice is completely different than what you've had in the past. So that's good. What else? What other information can the romance angels provide for Divine Masculines? Life is a honeymoon. Okay. Yeah, like, okay. Part of what is holding him back is that he just simply does not see he doesn't see the outcome. He's really stuck. He's really stuck. Universe, what can we provide to our Divine Masculines? Oh. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Okay, so look, the Divine Masculine is sitting here and he's praying. He is praying so hard to find the courage, that he needs, you know, to get that push along. Okay. So he's not asking right, if that makes sense to you. So it's like he's going, okay, can we just go to this? Can we just skip ahead to the honeymoon? Forget about this expression because I don't know how to express myself. And like, if I do, it's going to come out like this, which is going to be a regurgitation of like everything, good and bad. And no, this is not how you express love. Come on. Silence yourself. Forget what you think you need. You know, you're looking at like, the divine masculine, is looking at this. Like this communication is just going to be all over the place. Not necessarily like, doesn't mean that's how the divine feminine is going to receive this. Come on, look. Oh, there's a few that came out in that one. The universe has my back. The universe has my back. Divine masculine, you are divinely guided. You know, you have the You have the support of your spirits. You have the support of your guides. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. I'm just going to put that up there. With the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Okay, so the divine masculine is a little bit stuck on what it is, this honeymoon. He's not seeing things with an all-encompassing view. So if you are reading this and you are listening to this and you're resonating with this, going, oh yeah, that's totally my divine masculine, it's time to pray for him. It is time to pray that he sees things with just a little bit more clarity, a little bit more hope, Okay. I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Okay, what's standing out to me here is unapologetic about what I desire. So, oh, look at those two together. It's so cute. Anyways, so basically what look, he's going to have that moment. That spark. Oh, that almost looked like two cards. That spark that just kind of says, time is now, go. Time is now, go. Don't stop. Don't think. Go. And again, I think this is where, as a collective, to pray for the divine masculine. This is going to help. Go to oracles. Please provide us insights for the divine masculine. For the Valentine's Day reading for February 2019. 20 Valentine's Day. 2019. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, and be held. He needs some reassurance. He needs to be held. Look. There's an offer of love here. You know, and this woman kind of standing here holding these flowers. He's asking for the offer. He's praying for her to come to him. Whoa! Just off the top, 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Not going to take that though, just because, yeah, too many cards. Although they're kind of relevant, but that's okay. Who does the divine masculine? Who can the divine masculine turn to? Cards just won't light up. Who can the divine masculine turn to? What will help give him the replenishment that he feels he needs? The lovers. He is looking for a confirmation. Yeah, he needs some affirmations just to know. Like he's probably new to all of this prayer, and on this level, definitely new to all this prayer. This is a completely different relationship than what he had in the past, and that's why he's not understanding. Yeah, he's not understanding everything. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So he wants this new beginning. He really wants this new beginning. Like oh my gosh, like to me, he's crying. He is crying for it. Like, oh, I feel so bad. But like, it's coming. But it's coming from him. What will give the divine masculine the strength he needs? What will the divine masculine strength? Strength. Imagine that. What will help give the divine masculine strength to move forward? I'll tell you these cards today. What will give the divine masculine strength? Okay. 10 of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay. Look. First off, when you let go of the past, okay, here's the Princess of Swords. This is the karmic, the ex, however you want to call it. So she's holding the Ace of Swords. She stabbed him in the back, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. 10 times. Okay, so yeah, that would be enough to be afraid of new love to move forward. But look, okay, I just want to show you guys. In the Ten of Swords, it's like these swords keep on falling and he's going towards this ledge. And when he falls off the ledge, he's into the light. He's into the light. The way that I see my cards and how I do things, I believe he's falling towards the Ace of Pentacles. Although, again, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. So with the Hierophant here as well, and how it's kind of going back over up in here, talking about the key to prayer, it's to forget what I need. And instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. This is the Hierophant. So this is letting go. This is having a little bit of faith, understanding as above, so below. As above, so below. So essentially what I see this as is this new beginning, this honeymoon that happens after this expression. Essentially, it has already happened. And now, if you're following this, you're going to say, okay, it's happening on the 5D, right? Your higher selves have already gotten together. Like, your higher selves have already done the dirty, like 100 times over. But it's about reaching up and saying, okay, I want what has happened in the 5D here to come down to the 3D. 5D, 3D. Okay. What other information can we provide for our divine masculine? What other information can we provide for our divine masculine who is suffering after this decision making process? Okay, before I show you what fell out, because you guys, I'm personally like laughing at the same time, like glowing from the inside out. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture, because when you do, here comes, oh, this is hard to forget. Here comes the world. Here comes the Four of Wands. And it's like, no. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is everything that you've wanted. Everything that you wanted. What further information can we provide to our divine masculine in this divine union? What further information can we provide to our divine masculines? Oh, okay, sorry about that. So, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So, yeah, look, like he's meditating. He's meditating. He's visualizing. Yeah, and like he does not see anything but her. She's looking up to the divine. She knows. She knows this is divine. She has already come. Yeah, she's already come to terms with her prayer. You know, and what it is that works for her highest good. She knows. She knows. Okay, I just want to throw it up here on the Princess of Swords. Is this karmic relationship still in effect? Is this divine masculine still in a karmic relationship? Is this divine masculine still in a karmic relationship? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, a lot of cards fell, but because 3 fell, I can kind of take them like this. They're just not staying out. There's a few. There was a few different karmic relationships. So, okay. I'm just going to pull the Seven of Swords here and talk about this. So, this is him looking back on what was in this karmic relationship. So, it is a sword as well. I just want to point it out with the Princess of Swords. So air energy, certainly air energy in this karmic relationship, but he's running away from it. He's running away from it. You know, like the fox. The fox is here. Is it a fox? Yeah, it's a fox. He's about to trip over this sword, you know? Like, he's like, oh man, how can I get out of this? Like, I can't get out of this fast enough, you know? So because of that, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, he went out and sought other people in that relationship. I do believe, however, though, oh, seven swords is kind of tucked in again. Now, I do believe what had sort of happened. Yeah, see, she was initially the first one to step out of it. She went with somebody who made the divine masculine feel really insecure. I want to say maybe somebody better looking than him, better job than him, something. But like yeah. See, what he didn't realize is that that guy really wasn't serious. Yeah. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, like okay, she had the Emperor um, and went off to see what the Knight of Cups offering. So water energy, um, certainly a little bit different than the energy that the Emperor would be giving off here. But like, she kind of fooled herself a little bit, because like he was not like, look, you see all these wands that he's like placing in the ground here, like making a curtain around himself. Like, yeah, no, he was totally not honest about who he was at all. But to me, I think that the karmic partner might have ended up with this person. Maybe she stepped out of the relationship with your divine masculine, excuse me, and said, okay, that's it. I'm done with you, and I'm with him now. And that was enough. Okay. Romance angels. What can you tell me about this karmic relationship with this ex? This divine masculine. What can you tell me about this karmic relationship with this ex? Oh, past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, so this is playing out in two different ways. So one way that this relationship between the Emperor and the Princess of Swords started very young. Like, to me, it's like almost like out of high school. Okay, which is probably why. Yeah, that makes sense. So just both really young. Why she might want to step out and kind of see what somebody else is offering, like not quite ready. Even though this relationship that went on, okay, it's beside the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, and again the Ten of Swords is kind of down here with this. And what this is telling me is that this was a long-term relationship, like Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, so 8, 9, 10. Like, the Four of Pentacles is here as well too. So roots planted is what I'm saying that. Now, there was also something that the two of these guys had built together, whether that be a home. I think initially I had said there was kids involved, so I think for a small group of you there was children, or one child. Specifically, I want to say that. But yeah, anyway, so what they were building together related to money. I think they both had great ambitions. They were both fairly ambitious people. But both harsh people, especially when the Queen and the two queens, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, that came up, they were both raised by harsh environments. So the Princess of Swords is likely going with the Queen of Swords. So to me, where she's swinging her sword all kinds of way, without any kind of regard about who's in the way, was probably from the Queen of Swords, who was just an abrasive personality that she inherited. It's not necessarily her fault. Now, the Emperor would have gone with the Queen of Pentacles, and possibly his mother figure, who was just very materialistic. I don't want to say she didn't give love, because the Queen of Pentacles can be very loving, but it certainly wasn't her priority. It's like, because to her, it's there. You know, pentacles are just a little bit practical. Like the love is already there. Why do I need to express it? Why do I need to say it every day? Like this could be why, like, the divine masculine's kind of like, oh, I'm afraid. I don't know what to say. I'm like, geez, the only way I need my love language is this. Like, you know, and he knows that. Like he is aware. The emperor is so self-aware. It's not even funny. But at the same time, it is funny because he's getting grounded. Like to him, his awareness was nothing. His awareness was nothing. Okay. Where's the divine feminine? Where is the divine feminine in this reading? How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? Okay. So we got King of Pentacles. So I think for a group of you, this could be a same-sex relationship. But again, just a group of you because there is a relationship here. So Princess of Wands, Princess of Wands. So, okay, this was how I was asking, how does he feel about his divine feminine? We just see like how different these two are, how different they two, like completely different backgrounds, completely different everything, like communication styles. The Princess of Wands is just more engaged, more enthusiastic, hard worker, very hard worker. He's very curious to see, like, if you look in the, oh no, I don't know where I went. Anyway, so in the Eight of Pentacles, where he's very curious to see these achievements that she's putting up on the wall. Right? Because his picture didn't change. Like, okay, when he started out in this karmic relationship with this Princess of Swords, like, his intentions were good. Like, so this is his bigger picture, is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's a happy life. It's a happy home. It's a very happy home. Excuse me. He knows what it's going to take to get to it. It's going to take some work, certainly some work. But look, like, he's feeling it. Like, he's like, look, I'm ready to go to work. You know, I'm ready to go to work. Like, I'm tired of waiting. It's been, I've built up every little bit of courage, every little bit of everything that I can bring into this, you know? Okay. Universe, one final card for the divine masculine. One final card for the divine masculine. Happiness is my birthright. So again, just exactly. I love this card. Look how yellow, how bright, beautiful it is. The moon's a little contrast to it, but like, look how it stands out though, right? So this is what I was talking about in like the bigger picture, not changing. Happiness is my birthright, right? So it's like, look, I'm destined for this. I deserve this. You know, I'm a little bit hurt that I didn't get this. You know, but I can get over this. I can get over it. Right? Like, just the problem with the divine masculine is that, like, look. Do you see what the Emperor is wearing? This will work. What the Emperor is wearing is like this, the crown, you know, he's got this throne, like, he's got the shield. That almost looked like a slice of pizza. So maybe he likes pizza, but he's got the shield. He's got everything. Like, these are all kind of fronts. They're masks in a sense. I don't want to say mask because it's like, it is who he wants to be. But it's how he protects himself. How he protects himself from vulnerability, because he is so vulnerable. And he probably won't ever tell you that. But certainly that, you know, you need to know that for him, it's not a light matter. Like, it's like, look, it takes him a lot. Like, do you see this lion here, like, resisting this woman trying to shut his mouth? Like, it takes him a lot to get over his heartbreak and his pains and his sorrows. Because it's like, he's in it right now. I feel like there's still a little bit of back and forth with this karmic relationship with this ex-girlfriend. She's she's trying to rekindle this, which is confusing him, to say the least. Because again, this is a past life relationship. So like these two were soulmates. And they just go back so far, so far, right? And she's sitting here like, look, I want to start again. Remember how it was. Remember how we were. And can you forgive me? And the divine masculine, I don't think wants to. Truthfully, it's like, okay, look, we've been there, we've done this. Like this is not a first time occurrence for them. Because for them, they've like, oh my God, they've broken up and made up. I don't even know how many times, like 4 times at least. There's always been other people involved in this relationship. So again, the divine masculine's like, he's sitting on his throne. And I just want to say it's probably where he does most of his thinking, if you kind of catch my drift. But anyway, so he's sitting on his throne, thinking about it. And he's the Hierophant. So the Hierophant's there. So like he is trying to get connected with God, and being like, okay, what is meant for me? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, he's getting grounded, so he's meditating. He's thinking about it, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So yeah, like he might be going on like retreats, because there's retreat up here and deep plenishment as well. But other than nature part, I'm getting, okay, like yoga retreats, these sort of things. But really, what he's trying to do, and oh my God, you see how these cards match? Like, look at the colors, the pink, like these kind of rosy tones with the black and the white. Excuse me. And again, nature in these. I find a lot of these cards have nature, but here's the blooming flower opening to the sun or the moon, because it really doesn't depict night or day. So this, again, it's kind of that connecting with God, opening yourself up. And instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. So essentially, that's just, again, him going, well, what is right? How do I pray? What do I pray for? Because I'm telling you, like, he just wants to come in, like, oh my God, like, fuck everybody. And like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And I like, but again, this is what he was like with her, right? Like domineering, but look, like he's learning his new love language. He wants to know how can he express himself right in a way that achieves this world, the 4 of Wands, the honeymoon, This is what's in his heart space, is all of that. He truly just wants happiness. And he knows, like, look, okay, for those of you who are going, oh, wait a minute, this karmic is coming back in, wanting to take him again. Don't worry about it, because like, she's not even a topic, like he's like, no, I'm moving on from the past. And he's moving forward. Oh, my candle went out. Oh, no, not quite. It's still lit. Can't see it, but it's still lit. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to romance angels. One final conclusion card for the divine masculine. Oh, they gave us 2. Deception. Someone someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Sorry, guys. That's the divine masculine. He's putting on this like tough facade that's just like really not who he is. So not who he is. Like deep down, he's such a loving, caring, gentle person. So divine feminines, I see him moving towards you with that compassion, with that compassion. Okay, and release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. See what I tell you. She's not even the topic. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But just understand. Like, look, the world and the judgment are out here together. Like this cycle that he's stuck, that he's in, is coming to an end. Look, the Wheel of Fortune too. The Wheel of Fortune's there. So it's coming to an end, you know. He's moving forward. Eventually, look, if he's sitting there, like literally, I feel like he could spend all day praying and meditating and visualizing his divine feminine and like, okay, I'm just gonna rest here until she comes. I'm gonna rest here until she comes. But trust me, like something dope's gonna hit him. Like, you know, and it's the divine angel who's pushing him, being like, go to her. You know who you love. Go to her. Sorry, I'm a bit cheesy. You'll get to come to know that in my readings. Yeah, but he is coming. He is coming. Everything that he's doing now is absolutely necessary. Like, he needs to end all of this bullshit. All of this. Because, like, no. And get back to a place, like, I want to say, pull this one again. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So he's so adamant, like, okay, if I just visualize this girl, like, and I want to say that, like, with the lovers, like, he probably spends a lot of time on your social media. But, like, he could spend all day looking at your social media pics. All day. Like, to the point where it's like, it might, yeah, it kind of, like, the Princess of Swords here, right? Like, it kind of, like, caters on Stalker. But he's just so adamant, like, okay, focus, like, but he loves looking into your eyes, because he sees the love, he sees it, like, and that's where I think he's having a hard time going from expressing your love to honeymoon, because it's like he looks into your eyes and he sees like all of the happiness that he's ever wanted. Right? So it's like, and he's trying to come to terms with like, oh my God, I was deceptive. I totally like, not that he pretended to be someone that he wasn't, because it is part of who that he wants to be, but he just didn't show his true self. Yeah, he didn't show, he hasn't shown his true self to the divine feminine yet. And when he did in the past, it wasn't with, yeah, okay, fair enough. So, like I said, this relationship between him and the karmic, that's kind of been on and off for like 8, 9, 10 years, whatever, like however long it's been. It's not that long for everybody. Could be months, doubt it. But like if so, it would. Anyways, but yeah, so it's like this long-term relationship that's really been like hot and cold. He stepped out of it too. Like she did. She stepped out of it with this Knight of Cups, but as did he. And at that point, he did try to, the relationship that he visualizes with this divine feminine, he had an opportunity like this in the past, with another person that wasn't his karmic and wasn't his divine feminine. And he, yeah, see, he let his guard down here. He let his guard down with that one in the Nine of Wands. Like, he was like, okay, I'm just going to knock all of these wands down on the ground, and I'm just going to kind of show you who I am at my core and my vulnerability. And that was just met with more swords in the back, more heartbreak, more swords in the back. And it really, really like made him afraid with a Fool, and afraid to express his love. Afraid to express his love. As a young kid, I see him like coming to school with flowers that he picked along his way to bring to whatever girl he had a crush on, or maybe it was his teacher. Like, just inherently, this divine masculine is a hopeless romantic, very hopeless romantic. But again, it's not what he shows. Like, he has spent a lot of time, a lot of time building up his armor. Yes, his armor. He's the emperor. He wears armor. Like and especially the shield covers his hurt. Shield covers his hurt. Okay, everybody, this concludes the Divine Masculine portion of the special Valentine's Day Twin Flame reading. Thank you for tuning in. I will make sure that I will put some timestamps, and I will now move on to the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminines, your turn. Okay. Let's get some information here. How's the Divine Feminine feeling? Twin Flame reading, Valentine's Day, February 2019. Divine Feminine. Okay, she's waiting. She is waiting for the arrival. So we have 2 6s, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. Just want to say 6 plus 6 equals 12, and a Hangman, and we have the Devil with all this. So, like, she's really worried he's not coming. He's not coming. And like, look, like she's sending out her signal. Like she's sending out her messenger going like, show him the way. Just look, I'm right here. Just like show him that. Type thing. Okay. But she's afraid. Like, so first off, she's afraid that he's not coming. Like, he's stuck in limbo. But she's also afraid of the relationship. Like, you know, she's stuck between, Queen of Swords. See, she actually popped up reverse, but I don't really read reversals. So, the Queen of Swords, she's been hurt. She's been hurt. She's potentially gone through a widowship. 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands, as I say that popped up. Okay, Divine Feminine. How is she feeling about the Divine Masculine? Okay. That's too funny. Princess of Swords, Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay. A lot of swords energy. So she's hurt by this. She is, but she's like, so there's hope. There's hope. Like 4 of Wands is out here, right? So it's like she knows what she wants. The 6 of Swords, the Angel, King of Wands. Yeah, let's see. Oh, those cards. King of Swords. 2 of Cups, High Priestess, and the Fool. Okay, that's enough for us to start. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Like, you see the speed at which the 6 of Swords is moving slowly on this water, like slowly towards the little guiding light here in the back. So slow. That's not how she rolls. Just straight up right now. She's like, grow up hair, be the Knight of Wands. Like, just come. Like, just come. And look, victory's here. Like, just come. Come see me. Come see me. You know. But again, so her past relationship, the King and Queen of Swords, possibly a married couple. So she could have been married in the past. I want to say, because the Princess of Swords fell out with the Divine Masculine, to where it's like, okay, a kid involved, a child involved here. So I can see that. I can see that being a little bit hesitant of that. There's still proceedings going on with an ex. So she is in communication with her ex. But they're both holding swords. The communication isn't going so well. See, they're both really like stuck up in this, right? Like the king wants her back. The king wants her back, and she's like, "No, I'm your ex. Get over it. Get over it." You know, she's trying not to be harsh, but it's coming. Like all these swords, like the Knight of Swords and the Princess of Swords, like I kind of see. Like, and the 6 of Swords, yeah, like harsh words are gonna come between the 2 of them, and it's kind of keeping her, whatever it is that's going on between these 2, the King and the Queen, that are trying to figure this out. Because it's like, to me, I kind of already see them as being separate, You know, like there's no division of property, there's no division of assets, there's nothing to be signed. Like they're really like they're done. They're done. you know, like there's no ties. But somehow he's keeping her like stuck between the past and the future, like the past and the future, like just being the hangman, being sort of suspended in a little bit of limbo. Part of it too is because the King of Wands, who is her divine masculine, isn't coming, isn't there yet. It's not, so I shouldn't say that he's not coming, because he is. Like the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, he's coming. And to go back to 12 and kind of bring that down to a 3, and we're in a 3-year, like he's coming. Have no fear. He is coming. He is coming. And it's going to provide a lot of light, like, and it's like, it's good. It's good. Like, look, it's the Two of Cups, Four of Wands, King of Wands, like, bring it on home. And she knows that. She knows that. But the Devil and the Fool, she's a little bit afraid. She's a little bit afraid. Okay, Romance Angels. Please try to get insight. Oh, hello. Okay. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay. So what's going on, I think, with her a little bit in this King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Princess of Swords. Yeah, there's a family at odds here. A family at odds. They're all holding swords. Yeah, all of the court cards are out. So, like, look, this family is all really, they need some help. They need some help. But, like, it's funny because it's like this victory with this King of Wands. Like, you see this energy he's bringing in? Like, he's like, look at these 6 wands that I got. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So here with the 6 of Wands, look, see, she's like, just make the effort. Like, please, King of Wands, just come, because I know that, like, when you do, all of these things that I've been going through are going to be resolved, right? Like, yeah. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay. Okay. Divine Feminine. Don't let fear. Yeah, you're the High Priestess here. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't be negative. Don't be negative. Like, look, I know that you're used, or she's used, depending on who you are reading this. You're used to doing things a certain way, okay? Like harsh, quick communications, like, and you are not afraid to cut people off. You're not afraid to, like, just shut them down. It's how you were raised, how she was raised. Take this as it resonates with you. Yeah. But it's like, you have to let that go. You have to let that go. Okay, universe. What insight can we provide to the Divine Feminine who is dealing with this current scenario? I'm just throwing the cards out here. Happiness is my birthright. Kind of remind you of the Divine Masculine, maybe a little bit. Oneness is my true nature. Love it. And my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Yeah. So look, this healing family issues is coming up here with this Divine Feminine saying, turn trauma into healing. Make the effort. I mean, it's coming out, she's kind of asking the Divine Masculine to make the effort, but it's saying to her too, like, make the effort to heal. Like, heal that sorrowful little girl inside of you who just needs some help. Needs some help. And Divine Masculines, if you're reading this, especially on your side, or if you're reading this, excuse me, you might be looking at the cards and reading some things, which is cool. Welcome. But if you're listening to this, and especially like considering what you had in your reading, like you're confused, like you don't know how to like understand this person, just like you have, and kind of surprising to me because like the Princess of Swords is out in the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And the Divine Masculine, it was like your ex-girlfriend. So it's like you've dealt with this energy of trauma, of conflict, of fear, right? Like it's like you know how to do it. And maybe that's part of what's holding you back a little bit, because you do not want to be the King of Swords. You know, like you want to be the King of Wands for her. Like, look, he's got this little bouquet in his hands. Like, no, that's where's the romantic gesture? Oh, that came out in his reading. Make the romantic gesture. Make the effort. That's up here, but there was another one. Anyways, but it's like, yeah, because you know, the Divine Masculine knows that he can be quite crude. Being in that Emperor energy, that's that kind of cold, calculating thing with and the Divine Feminine is so used to that. And she's like, not anymore. Like, so done with this. Knows her worth. Like, these two aren't together right now. The Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine aren't together. Soon, very, very soon, this is coming. The Two of Cups is here. But yeah, they're not together currently. And it's because of these issues. It's like he has issues in these past relationships and she has issues just in her heart space in general and kind of dealing with the past. Very traumatic. I want to say very traumatic upbringing. Like, it was very fearful, but like it almost created this warrior within her. Like, yeah, the Queen of Swords is a warrior. Like, she knows she can take it. Like, you know, it's not ideal, but it's like it's really like formed her. Okay. Lemuria, creating on heaven, on earth. It's happening. So just kind of putting that there. So I say with like the Four of Wands, and it's like once like this past is healing. Excuse me. Yeah, this past of hers is healing, and when it does, and it's probably related to the union, but it's going to make the union so much more beautiful. Like, look, Two of Cups, Four of Wands, the King of Wands, like right atop the Six of Wands, Six of Swords. Like, what more do you want? With passion, give your relationship a chance, and stay optimistic about your love life. Divine Feminine, here's a little message for you. Like, work on your partnership. Like, allow it to come in. The Queen of Swords is very blocked energy. So the Queen of Swords may have blocked, the Divine Feminine may have blocked the Divine Masculine at some point. But it wasn't a harsh thing. It was just, if you understood, or see, she never got the chance to really explain this. Not that she wants to explain it all this trauma and everything that she's gone through, because it's like, look, like here's all the traumatic roots, the fear, the conflict, like all of these things. Like, it's just a family that fought all the time. She never got to necessarily tell that story to the Divine Masculine, and I just want to be clear, this is not the story that she wants to tell. She doesn't want to go over and over and over saying, okay, well, this happened and that happened and whatever. It's like, look, this is what I've become as a result. I want to show you the tree. I don't want to show you the roots. You know, it's like sun and moon. It's like, there's totally different. So like, okay, I came from this and I blossomed into this, but because of that, you have to understand that I just can't tolerate certain things. I can't tolerate things that are going to upset me, that are going to hurt me. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported what would you do? What would you do? Would you give your relationship a chance if you knew that you were supported? Like, because, like I said, the divine masculine and divine feminine are, excuse me, on two different playing fields. Like one's here, one's here, right? Just yeah. One's sun, one's moon. Like they're totally different, right? So you can't understand. Like you can't expect each one of these to understand the other. Not without communication. Not without communication. And that's in the sixes here. The Six of Wands, Six of Swords. It's like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay, true north, very, very important to me because I believe that it's the only thing in the galaxy of the universe that's certain is north. Like I feel like east, west, south can change because of sacred geometry and everything that happens in the universe that I don't fully understand because I'm not a quantum physicist. But it's like, okay, it comes back to like trust your path, right? Like follow your north arrow. That's always going to guide you in the right direction. Always going to guide you in the right direction. Okay. And you're already doing it. So for some of you, you've reconnected already with this divine masculine and you guys are like deep in conversation. The Queen of Swords doesn't trust very easy. So you're probably not, you're a little bit woeful of trusting this person. And you're slowly letting this person in. Little by little, like you're not, like okay, back to this card, like you're just here. You're just here kind of explaining all of this, right? Just here. Let it go. Okay. Because you have to understand, like the King of Wands is not who hurt you. He's not the King of Swords. He's not the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the one that hurt you. Whether this is an ex, whether this is a parent, whether this is a boss, whatever it is, like somebody from your past who's hurt you. It's not the King of Wands or King of Swords. Excuse me. Like, no, I didn't say that right. He's not the King of Wands. He is not this guy. Like this guy has so many new things to offer you. Oh, and there's butterflies. Like, look, there's little butterflies everywhere, all around this like beautiful couple. And again, like it's kind of same as the Lovers that came in the divine masculine. He's looking at her. Like there is nobody else. This is yin and this is yang. I don't know which is which in terms of black and white, but it's yin and yang. Yin and yang. Okay. So for those of you in that scenario that I just described, where like you've recently just either met your divine masculine, and you're in sort of like the beginning stages of starting a relationship, give it a chance. Give this man a chance to like prove himself to you. Remember your bigger picture, happiness. Happiness is your birthright. Oneness is my true nature. So when you trust that your oneness, you can trust that you deserve this. Because right now you don't necessarily believe that you do. Like, you do. You are the high priestess. So it's like, that you deserve this. But like, you just don't want to get hurt. Like you just like, you're kind of all protecting your vulnerable areas because of all the memories that this brought back up for you. Things that you had really sort of put behind you. Okay, like you moved on as the Queen of Swords, who's not dealing with the Queen of Swords anymore, who's not dealing with the Princess of Swords, not dealing with the King of Swords. She's really like independent of this, but you got to make the effort. Yeah. See, like, look, like this person. First off, I'm not saying go to him because he's coming to you. No questions asked. Not gender specific as well. I just want to like kind of point that out that like this might, plays out in different ways for different people. But when he does come to you, reciprocate it back any way that you can, right? Like, and the best way I think for you to do that is, first off, put down your sword. Put down your sword and say, okay, I'm not dealing with the Queen of Swords either, because that's not who I am. Just be the High Priestess. Just be the High Priestess. Okay. Finally, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? I don't know. You tell me. Like, you tell me what the soul's calling you to do. It's like, you already know. You already know. Now, oh, fearful one. Oh, fearful one. I just got to say this. The answer to the call is really, really telling me that, look, when he comes, do not shut him out. Right? Like, so for some of you, because again, we know that the divine masculine is afraid. We know that he's fearful. So the important thing for you to do is like release your fears, so that when it does come, you can truly step into it, that you can give your relationship a chance, and that you can make the effort. So for some of you, this connection is going to come, okay? So that because there's some of you that haven't met this person yet. There's some of you that have, whatever. Some of you that are not in communication. Some of you that have recently just re-begun communication. So for those of you who have not met yet, this meeting is going to occur, I want to say like online dating. It's like answer the call. So it's like you kind of get like a DM pop up, and it's like, oh, who's this? Blah, blah, blah. And at first, you're probably like, well, first off, okay, he's attractive. Like there's passion on the table, right? So it's like, first off, it's like there's that. But like your kind of first instinct is like, oh, hell no. But don't act on that first instinct. Like answer the call. Like, what is your soul calling to do? And I think like when you look at that person, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like look at those eyes, or like, yeah, like this is like, wow, the work that he's doing is really cool. Like, there's something about it that really draws. Yeah, see, I'm getting like tingles as I'm talking about this. Like what he has to offer you, like this bouquet that's in his hand, is like totally different than all of this that you've been through. Like totally different. Okay, so for others of you who met your divine feminine and then went instantly into your like Queen of Swords mode, where it's like, no, I can't do this, and you're wanting this person to come back, and you're sitting here and you're waiting. Like, look, you've had other people, very strong contenders, like come after you. Like these are the type of people that normally you'd go for, like in an instant, like no problem, safe choice, yeah, like this type of scenario. But like you can't even, like, you're finding like every excuse not to meet that other person. Like it's here, it's like, oh, let's get together tonight. Like, well, oh no, but I had to wash my hair. Like you're sinking to that level where it's like, what can I do to keep this other person out of my life? And like maybe just hold on a little bit longer for this divine masculine. But you're also likely to like run, as soon as you see him. So answer the call. Like if he calls you, and like there might be a message that come in, it might be a social media message, text message. For some of you, this is actually a phone call, which is kind of cool. Because like, yeah, usually this person wouldn't necessarily pick up the phone. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like talking on the phone. To him, it's frivolous. It's not worth it, right? Unless he has to. But at the same time, too, it's so romantic. Like he's like, I'll do it for her. I'll do it for her because I really need to know more. Like it's like you've given him that tip of the iceberg that I was talking about. And he's like, oh man, I need to get down to those roots and like figure it out. Like he wants to help heal. He wants to help heal. Because he's a healer, like naturally, like the wand in his hand, like he's earthbound and has probably been through traumas himself. Has a soft spot for traumatized people. A real soft spot. Even though he's the emperor and he's like this, oh shoot. Look, the 9 cups. He's this emperor, which gives us this like real energy of like harshness almost, but it's like it's part of who he is. But no, like he's like, I don't want to do that. Like to people, like, come on, I'm a lover. Yeah, so 9 of Cups, you guys, like whatever it is that you're asking in this relationship, it's coming. It's coming. Stay optimistic. Stay optimistic about it because it is coming. So if you're asking for him to return, he is coming back. If you're asking, is he sincere? Is this guy for real? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh yeah, look, you're his Queen of Cups. Like you're his love. His true love. True love. He wants to have kids with you. Oh yeah. Like he's like, okay. At this point, because like I said, he's been kind of watching you. He's been kind of seeing what you're going through. A little bit. Understands like, okay, what I'm seeing here in the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Princess of Swords is all this sort of stormy, it is air energy. Just thought I'd kind of point that out. Possibly Capricorn energy. I don't know. I don't usually go by signs too much anyway, but anyway, so he sees the storm, doesn't necessarily understand it, doesn't understand per se like your family dynamic or anything like that, but he does see you in a storm. He does see you in a storm, and he's coming through, and he's like, okay, how can I help you? How can I make this better? How can I clear up the storm? And look how many, like, look what we can do, babe. Like, me and you, like, we got this. We got this. You know, options. Yeah, he wants to build something with you. Like, look, the Princess of Swords came out with him in the Divine Masculine and the 4 Pentacles on the Divine Masculine side. And he just wants something secure, something stable. You know, and he's still a little young. Like he's coming as the King of Wands, but he's still sort of knightish. So he's young, like, and idealistic, which is fantastic. This is what you need. Because really, it's like it softens you. It softens you. You know. But that's okay. Look, like this is kind of who you let out to the world. This Queen of Swords is like, don't fuck with me because no, I got this, right? And this again, this is the persona that you put out. Like it's almost like you've been putting on the mask, the same armor that the Emperor is wearing. Like you guys have this like. This is probably what happened when you guys first met. It's like you had this tough sort of like, no, I'm tougher. Like it's kind of like a battle of wits, in a sense. But like, look, this King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Like, I'm sorry, he's the king. Like he's the king, but like he sees through that. Like wands tend to be clairvoyant, so he and again it's coming up. This is the divine in the Divine Feminine's reading. This is the divine couple, the King of Wands with the High Priestess. So he also, like, look, twins mirror each other. So he has some insight. He has some clairvoyance about him. And he saw right through this. Whether or not you have, I don't know, but he has. And like, this is what he saw. He saw his Queen of Cups, you know, like, like, yeah, that's who I want. That's not a Princess of Swords. Like, come on, that's the mother. You know, he wants to have kids. Like, because like I said, if there's kids involved, there's one kid and one kid only. And it's a little bit unclear as to what side it's on, if it's on the masculine side or it's on the feminine side. But somewhere along the lines, there might be. And this is, again, not for everybody, because certainly some of you are the Princess of Swords in yourself. Like, you're not necessarily the Queen yet. Like, you have to grow into this. And in this situation, this could be more or less representing the family dynamic, because they're all out. The King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, Princess of Swords. He wants a daughter just like you. He wants a daughter just like you. You know, and he's looking directly at her. Directly at her, like no other could compare. No other could compare. He wants to be one with you. He wants to be one with you. He wants to release his negativity, his fears, everything that's been kind of holding back him. He wants to let that go. And he's like, let's build our happiness. Let's build our happy ever after. Okay, this concludes. Oh, the candle is still lit, for those of you who wondered. The Divine Feminine portion of the Twin Flame reading for Valentine's 2019. I wish you all the most love and light the universe has to offer. Bye.